everyone, and happy Giving Tuesday. Today, we're going to show you a little behind the scenes of one of our projects and introduce you to our sea otters. So if you've been to the zoo recently, you might have noticed that our sea otters are currently off exhibit. That's because their habitat is getting some improvements. This improvement includes resealing the perimeter of their underwater window. Today, I'm joined with Paul Moylette. Paul is the curator of aquatic life here at the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium. We're going to get to know a little bit about our sea otters and also get to know a little bit about this project. All right, well, thank you, Paul, for joining us today. Can you provide us with some updates about this construction going on?
Sure. A couple of weeks ago, we applied a product called 795 sealant. The 795 is a commercial grade sealant similar to what you would find at Home Depot or Lowe's. What we do is we fill these little cups up with the product. As you can see, it's black here. And what we try to do is simulate the amount of product that's actually in the window, both on the wet side and the dry side. This product actually takes, manufacturer says 30 days to cure under a certain type of temperature. And so as we approach 30 days, we'll cut this cup open, similar to baking bread. We'll look at the inside and we'll say, oh, you know, it's still a little wet. We need it to dry a little more, and so we may wait a few days to a week, cut another cup open and see what it looks like. And once it's completely dry, then we go ahead and resubmerge that window underwater.
Yes, and we're all looking forward to the sea otter's new habitat. I'm sure they're excited to get back. Can you introduce the sea otters to everyone at home?
Sure. We have two adult male sea otters, so a bachelor group. Our youngest male is actually approaching 12 years old. His name is Mishik. Mishik was a rescue in 2012, so came to our zoo and was hand raised when he was just a few weeks old. Alkai is the second male, and Alkai was born at the Seattle Aquarium, and he came to our zoo in 2007, and Alkai is approaching 18 years old.
Wow, and so one of my favorite fun facts about the zoo is that our sea otters have the most expensive diet. So can you tell us what their diet consists of?
Yeah, pound for pound, they do have the most expensive diet of any animal in the zoo. And so primarily that's because they're eating seafood. They eat 6 different types of seafood, ranging from different species of fish, shrimp, squid, crabs. And they eat a lot of seafood because they have a very fast metabolism. And so it's not uncommon to find our sea otters eating close to 20% of their body weight a day. Our sea otters are about 75 pounds each right now. And so if you were to calculate that for an average man, adult man, if an adult man weighed 200 pounds, he would be eating about 40 pounds of food a day.
And so can you tell us a little bit about the enrichment that our sea otters enjoy?
Sure. In order to engage the otters, as well as all other animals in the zoo properly, we look at engaging them both mentally and physically. And so some of the items that we engage them with have to be hardy items because these guys can be pretty destructive. But some of them are what we call puzzle feeders, or simply ice blocks with food in them, which can take them anywhere from 20 minutes to over an hour to get the food out of those ice blocks and puzzle feeders. And so what we're looking to do is stimulate them to figure out how to get the food out of those items, or just encourage them to interact with those items, and how long it takes them to do that with certain items. So some items are so simple that it only takes 5 minutes, which is fine, and some items can take close to an hour.
Yeah, wow. And I mean, those guys are so intelligent. You can get to watch them when they do their enrichment, and it is a lot of fun to watch, and you could see, you know, the wheels clicking. So that's really cool.
Yep. An interesting fact is that sea otters are one of the only tool-using mammals in the world. And so what we find them doing here, both here and in the wild, is actually finding an object to break open some of the shellfish that they eat, which is very intelligent.
Yes,
yeah.
of course. Is there anything else you'd like to add about our sea otters today?
Another fun fact about sea otters is that their lung capacity is about 2.5 times more than a terrestrial mammal their same size, which actually helps them hold their breath for a longer period of time underwater, but keeps them buoyant while they're floating at the surface as well.
Wow, that is fascinating. So we really got to learn a lot about sea otters today. And thank you so much, Paul, for joining us. And also thank you for all of your care for our marine life here at the zoo.
You're welcome.
Everyone at home, if you're interested in donating both to help with our habitat improvements and our general care for sea otters and all of our animals, please visit pittsburghzoo.org. We appreciate all your contributions, and we'll see you at the zoo.